Mystic is a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster at Walibi Rhone-Alpes, and this is a funky ride. It has some interestingly profiled elements, most notably a scorpion tail spike that leads to a backwards section. I ultimately think this is one of Gerstlauer's best coasters, and I will explain why in this review. Walibi Rhone-Alpes has undergone a large €25 million expansion and redevelopment plan over the past decade. This has included multiple new coasters and themed areas. Mystic has been one of the most prominent additions. This coaster was added in 2019 for the park's 40th anniversary. It was placed at the front of the park alongside the entry roadway, so all guests see the vertical lift and twisting drop as they're pulling in. Mystic is the headlining attraction in the Festival City section of the park. This is a New Orleans themed area, and the coaster fittingly has a voodoo theme. The premise is that guests encounter the sinister Dr. Mystic. While the layout itself does not have much theming, the queue and station have quite a bit to see. There's an ominous tree sprouting from the station. The interior of the station then has all sorts of books, voodoo dolls, and skulls on the walls. And whenever a train is dispatched, the large skull at the front of the station menacingly moves and laughs. This is paired with a chillingly creepy soundtrack all throughout the area. Then the queue line passes a shrine, and then you have a long hallway with all sorts of markings on the wall. The coaster itself looks great as well. The track is a reddish-purple color that really pops on a clear day. Then the twisted elements really stand out, particularly the first drop and unique spike that reverses your direction. Mystic is a strong case as the park's most popular coaster, and it usually is one of the longest lines in the park. Most days, it reaches the 30 to 45 minute mark. While the staff working the ride loads the vehicles efficiently, this ride does not have the highest throughput. Mystic has 2 trains and usually runs both, but each holds just 12 riders. The trains are comprised of 3 rows of 4. There are some ways to avoid a lengthy wait though. Because of its location at the front of the park, a lot of people start their day with Mystic. So unless you're at the very front of the rope drop crowd, I would advise heading elsewhere in the park at the start of your day. It is more efficient. If you are using the standby line, the best time to hit Mystic is in the early afternoon. The ride at a minimal wait just after lunchtime, as guests made it deeper into the park by that point. You also can hop in line right before close. This park keeps all queue lines open right up until official closing time. So while Mystic may still have a wait, you won't be wasting any of the park's opening hours queuing. Arguably the most efficient way to experience this coaster is via the single rider line. There typically was just 2 to 3 people using it at any given time, and given the 4-across seating, a single rider is usually pulled each train. Then this ride is also included in the park's paid Fast Pass system. With this skip-the-line system, you are routed directly to the station, often boarding the next train. When you reach the station, you are assigned a row, but if you ask nicely, staff members will usually honor row requests. And this is a ride where you really want to try multiple seats. Both the row and side will impact your experience quite a bit with this one. The laterals are far more pronounced on the end seats, so try to sit there if you can. Of all the seats, my personal favorite was the back right. Riders are restrained by just a lap bar. These are very snug, but comfortable. They are far superior to the Gerstlauers that run with over-the-shoulder restraints. These not only eliminate the possibility of headbanging, but they leave you far freer to experience the forces, and Mystic will toss you like a rag doll. Gerstlauers are often hit or miss in the smoothness department, but I am pleased to say that Mystic is glass smooth. I could ride this coaster all day long. Once dispatched, you move forwards and pause briefly. You then climb the 102-foot or 31-meter tall vertical lift. If you look to the left, you get a nice view of the park. This lift does not lead into a beyond vertical drop, as with most Infinity coasters, but it is an excellent drop nonetheless. It is still quite steep at 73 degrees, and it twists 90 degrees to the left. The front row gets some nice float, but those in back will get some really good ejector airtime. Then if you're sitting on the right side of the train, you also get great laterals on the twist. This is why I like the back right best. The combination of strong negative Gs and laterals is fantastic. The pullout then offers a strong surge of positive Gs. Without pause, you then have a top hat. The element is best on the left side of the train. If you're sitting in those seats, you get wicked laterals that hang you out the side of the train. The laterals are minimal in the front right and decent in the back right. Then this element also offers some notable airtime. The front left seat gets a good ejector pop. The front right seat gets some floater because the laterals dominate. Meanwhile, the airtime is even more drawn out in the back, as every seat gets okay floater over the top and solid ejector going down. The way this element behaves so differently by row and seat is why you need to ride Mystic several times. The subsequent valley offers another dose of decent positive Gs. Then you have a 0G roll. It offers good sustained floater throughout the train, but as a bonus, if you're on the left side of the train, you'll also get some laterals as well. Next is a dive loop. The twist downwards violently rotates the train 180 degrees. This results in wild laterals for all. Riders are thrown both to the side and forward simultaneously. The pullout then applies solid positive Gs that rip you back into your seat. It is a wild switch between the forces. You then whiz through a shed and cruise over a section of straight track. This is straight because it will later become the final brake run. But before that, you have a wave turn. It offers semi-sustained floater airtime throughout the train, but I think it's a bit more potent if you're on the right seats. Next is the Scorpion Tail Spike. This is an amazing element. The twist into it offers some laterals, then you stall out, getting several seconds of hang time. You are helplessly dangling against your restraint. Then you also have the freaky visual that you'll careen over the edge. Off-ride, you don't actually get too close to the end of the spike, but on-ride, you appear to be much closer to the edge. Your mind plays tricks on you when you're inverted like that. The exit also offers some laterals, most notably if you're in the natural front. Since you're now traveling backwards, you are pulled through it and can't quite see when the twist will start. You then experience the wave turn in reverse. You get a little airtime in the left seats, but okay floater in the right seats. You then return to the section of straight track, which is now filled with brake fins. You decelerate, meekly rolling up the dive loop, and then you park on a turntable. You then rotate towards the station and park there, ending the experience. The coaster has just 1,509 feet, or 460 meters of track, but you navigate 1,887 feet, or 575 meters of track, due to that backwards bit. Still, that is not a lot of track length, and this ride does feel a tad short. That is the one con with this coaster in my opinion. It's otherwise a darn near perfect ride, as the elements all hit for me. So, what would I rate Mystic? I would give this coaster a 9 out of 10. This is a wonderfully quirky coaster. It offers a smorgasbord of forces. You have some nice spots of airtime, crazy laterals, quick bursts of positive Gs, and sweet hang time, and these forces are often mixed together or thrown at you in rapid-fire succession. Then the coaster is also super smooth and extremely re-rideable given how the forces vary by seat. The only con for me is the short duration. I think this is one of the better Gerstlauer Infinity coasters because of the comfort, diversity, and intensity. So those are my thoughts on Mystic at Walibi Rhone-Alpes. What are your thoughts on this coaster? Do you agree it's a really good ride? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.